Hello, this is Hector Bello. Today is the 22nd of February 2021. I'd like to discuss the barriers of going off the grid. I'm going to discuss about 9 barriers why you would not or would be discouraged from going off the grid. First of all, I want to define what going off the grid is. Going off the grid would be to disconnect your electrical power, your water service, and any kind of service going to your home from an outside source, such as a cell phone company, a phone company, a cable TV company, a satellite television company, and again, as I mentioned, the power company mainly, which again, your power company is your largest, for most people, is the largest bill outside of your other bills, such as your home mortgage, maybe a car payment, and all of the other bills, sometimes combined, don't add up to what you pay for power, which could be in the hundreds of dollars per month. So the first barrier that most people encounter when attempting or wanting to go off the grid is the cost. The cost could be daunting. The cost could be in the tens of thousands of dollars of initial investments, on top of the upkeep, maintenance, and the cost that it would require to maintain, upkeep that system. The cost, again, could be daunting for most folks. Most folks that are looking to get off the grid are because they need it. I wouldn't say most, but a good percentage, I would say at least half of those that get interested or are encouraged to get off the grid is because they need to get off the grid, because they need to save money. They feel like they are being ripped off, or they are being overcharged, or they are just paying too much. Too large of a percentage of their income is going to paying for the grid services, again, primarily power, but it could be also other things such as water, cable service, whatever. So the percentage could be 10% or more of your monthly income going to the grid, going to the power company, etc. And that is a big disincentive for people to even try it. If you want to, it is an incentive, it's an incentive if you have a large percentage of your income going to the power company, but it's a big disincentive because it is so high a initial cost for most folks. Yes, there are programs that allow you to pay sometimes zero or very low, comparatively low investments up front, but those are usually very shark-like loans that some companies offer you to install a very expensive and high maintenance solar technology system. Some of these companies will offer you the world, will offer you that you will pay less to them, will offer you to switch the payments that you do to your power company and instead pay them sometimes more than what you pay your power company. Sometimes they promise you that you will pay less, but be aware that these are nothing but loans, and that you will be stuck with a very large loan paying for the rest of your life. They basically go with the notion or with the idea that you will be paying for power for the rest of your life anyway, so why not switch that to a loan and pay us, and we will cover your power consumption, your power usage through installing a solar system in your home, which in all likelihood will never be yours. And that is how that works. So that is the barrier number one. Costs. Again, it could be $20, $30, $40,000 or more of initial investment if you were to pay for it outright. That such a loan could take many years to decades to pay off, depending on the terms that you signed the loan for. If it's a higher interest loan, you could forget about paying for that loan. You may have to refinance several times before you are able to get the interest rate low enough to where you can begin paying it off. It could be as bad as a mortgage payment, to where it takes many decades to pay off. So be aware of that. Yes, you can purchase and invest in a smaller solar system, which could be as little as a few $1,000s, $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 total. However, those usually do not cover most of your power usage, so you may have to keep your power company anyway. You may have to keep paying them, and perhaps even pay more per month. So that is a big disincentive to get off the grid. The second disincentive or barrier to get off the grid is the difficulty involved with installing a solar, wind, or any kind of other alternative energy production system or plant or generation system in your home or place of living. Installing a solar system, for example, which is one of the simplest, again, could take many thousands of dollars. Not only that, but also permits need to be acquired. Your power company needs to be involved. They need to come inspect the installation. They need to approve the installation. There's cost involved with that. They usually need to install new equipment to be compatible with the solar energy generation you may be having at your home. They may want to limit, in many cases, the amount of energy that you do produce. A lot of times they do not pay you a fair price for the energy that you produce over the one that you consume, or your surplus energy that you may be producing to inject into their grid. They sometimes don't offer any cash rewards or cash back for the energy that you do produce that is surplus. And their discounts are, again, quite meager sometimes, and very difficult to acquire. They make the process too many times awkward and cumbersome, to where you are very much discouraged to even go through it or start going through it. So that is, in my experience, in my opinion, a very big barrier. The difficulty of navigating through getting an alternative energy system installed in your home. The third barrier that I believe is quite popular is the inability for you to disconnect power in too many communities. Perhaps most communities throughout the United States, you are unable and prohibited from disconnecting power outright from the power company. Many power companies and communities make it the law, make it a regulation for you to keep their meter, their power connected, and pay a monthly fee, however small it may be, from $40 to $50, maybe $30-something per month. That's that's without using any energy from them, just to keep the service on in your home or a connection going to your home. They charge you that fee or tax, whether you use their energy or not. So that is a disincentive or barrier for you to go off the grid in many communities. If you're lucky enough to live in a community that allows you to not have power, or if you're able to just slip by without any notice from the city or state, you may be able to do that. However, most locations, to my knowledge, do require a electric connection. They may even condemn your home and they may even classify your home as uninhabitable and condemned, basically meaning that you may be evicted from your home if you have no electric power connection. Another barrier that I want to discuss is inefficiency. Homes, when they are inefficient, they are more expensive.